Rogers TV.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? It's your boy DC. You see it down below here. This is Out of the Fog. We're a local matters bop, and we love having our homies over for some laughs on the couch. Tonight is no exception. Dana Reid, I can't wait to have some laughs with you and to hear an amazing song by you later in the show. Kevin Fisher from NLOHSA, a big AGM coming up. We're talking growth, baby, health and safety across the province. It is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here having laughs on the couch with my girl Dana. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm happy that you have come through to hang out. I've heard great things about you, and it's our first time meeting.
Yes.
Shock. We're going to be best friends at the end of this. And you seem like you're hard to get along with, so I don't know how that's going to go. No, I'm joking. I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
Music. I love it. You love it. What brought you into it?
What brought me into it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's just really a way to express myself and my feelings and my emotions. I always like to write, but you know, when I got stuff going on and I want to process it, writing music is the best way to do it and to work through my feelings.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be able to articulate an outlet for you to work through times, because some folks don't got that ability. They struggle to find a way to work through stuff. Musicians, it's an amazing gift that we all have, is to be able to create the soundtrack of our lives.
Yes.
Do you think?
I hope my new divorce anthem will be other people's anthem as well.
Listen, you know, there was a conversation you and I were having before the cameras flicked on, and it was about Need in the Dark, and a song we're going to hear tonight after this interview is very much about that. Why don't you tell us about the song that we're going to hear from you after our interview?
Okay, so the song Beauty in the Darkness, this has quite the story. My ex-husband used to play music as well, and I bought him a studio, a Gibson Studio, J45.
Wow.
And so anyways, he wasn't playing the guitar, and I was like, there's no way I spent my retirement money, like, you know, on just, like this guitar like needs to be played. Like, this is not sitting in the closet.
Right.
So I said, you know, let's have a conversation about it. Let's sell a guitar, you take half the money, I'll take half the money. Yeah. So he took half the money, and he bought another guitar out of his money.
Right.
So this is the first verse of the song, and we lived together during our divorce. So
that's interesting.
Like, and Beauty in the Darkness. This is how this title came about. You know, we went through all those dark times together, and yeah, we had a successful divorce, and now we're friends, and we can sit down and chat, and it's great. And you know, divorce doesn't have to be bad.
It's true.
It really doesn't.
Now, when you're telling me about, you know, breaking up and living in the same house, that's very Adriana Sandoval, if you know any Vanderpump Rules, that whole storyline. Living together in the same spot must be quite an adventure, or at least I'm sure it was. But look at you now.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, listen, something else in the song that you mentioned before that I find interesting. Moved into St. John's, 19 years.
Yes, living in St. John's.
Right?
Yeah.
And then out to paradise she goes.
Yeah.
Loving life.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question about writing. Is it all based on real life, or does some of what you write come from stories that friends tell you, or things like, how does that work out for you?
Most of my stuff is from stuff that I'm like processing, truly. Like that's like, you know, I've done some things for people. I've wrote a theme song for a friend's business.
No way.
Yes, and
that's fun.
So that was fun, but it's really hard to put my head. It's a lot of effort. Like, you know, when I don't connect emotionally,
right.
It's really hard. But I really like those opportunities and learning that way.
I mean, take me back when you first started figuring out that you had a gift for being able to write your feelings down, to work through that. How old were you? Does any memory come to mind where you remember sitting back and writing something and looking at it and being like, you know what, this felt good and I feel better?
Oh my gosh, it was probably my song from my album in 2004. It was called Lady Luck. And it was so funny. Someone actually reached out to me a couple months ago and asked about that song. And it helped her daughter in her recovery.
Wow.
Like, and you know, and it made me want to go back to that music and dig it out again. And the only copy I had was on my wall. And I actually took it off and I had to listen. And I was like, I get this.
Yeah.
So, you know, like just the fact that people can connect that way and with those emotions and yourself, it's really such a gift.
It is.
I love it.
Nothing better when you write a song and you give it to the world and you move on, and then years later, months later, whenever, someone comes back to you and says, oh my gosh, that song helped me through this or helped me through that.
It's so cool.
Must make you proud.
Yeah, it does.
Right? So listen, you know, do you make it all alone? Do you ever play out with bands and collaborate with artists? How does that work? Is it a personal, private thing that you do? How does music play out for you when it comes to songwriting and also playing gigs out in the wild?
So, well, for a good few years, I couldn't play because I had carpal tunnel so bad.
No way.
So I was like, I couldn't do any playing. Like, I couldn't play one song. And then about 2 years ago, I had 2 of the surgeries done on both my hands, and Dr. Fitzpatrick helps all the musicians.
Amazing,
you know how that is.
true that.
Yes,
yeah.
right? And oh my gosh, if it wasn't for him doing those surgeries for me back to back, like really, this album wouldn't be. I wouldn't be playing guitar.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah. So it took me about a year to get back to playing like sensible, and yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How recently?
Yeah, pretty recent.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, I had a similar experience, but vocally speaking, I sing a lot, and I had a major vocal injury around 4 years ago. And talk about don't know what it's got till it's gone. Like, I mean, the fact that, you know, but healing does happen. And so what, was it overplaying? Was it playing that?
And I also make stained glass.
Oh, you do?
Yes, and actually, my artwork for Beauty in the Darkness has my stained glass project.
No
and
way.
it's
I love
on
that.
my board that I pinned all my pieces in.
Now, is that a hobbyist, or do you do that like a lot? Were you doing it? Are you still doing it?
I'm still doing it. I got a little workshop in my place,
no
and people. Songbird Creations by Dana Reid is my page.
Love it.
For stained glass. Yeah, but I take orders. I do people's pets.
No
whatever
way.
you like. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're an artist through and through.
Thank you.
And I mean, listen, head to toe. It's fashion with you.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about your tattoos. I see something on your arm, and it really makes me want to ask you,
Go
what's
ahead.
that?
Which one?
The one that How
We Hold the Lonely.
the Lonely.
This song I wrote for my ex-husband for his birthday. So it was our first birthday since we were together, and I wrote that song for him, and that became our wedding song. So when we got married, we went on our honeymoon to Montreal, and we got matching tattoos.
I love it. He has that too?
Yeah, he has that too. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good thing you stayed friends, jeez.
Yes, I know, right?
Listen, I'll ask you a question about playing out. You know, what's your favorite part of being in front of people? Does it freak you out? Is that in your happy place, your comfortable place? What's performing live like for you?
I am absolutely terrified.
No.
I'm terrified, and I'm really doing this because I'm really wanting to face my fears.
Yes.
Like truly, like you know, I just after my divorce, I really cannot sit on the sidelines. Like I just don't want to be that person. I really got to put my effort into this. Like you know, just got to see where I'm going. That's how I feel.
Well, I want to follow you wherever you're going to.
Thank you.
When we hang out again.
Yes, for sure.
So I'm excited for folks after the break. Maybe Tort will play us out with your song. And that song title again?
Beauty in the Darkness.
Love it. Where can we get that? Is that online anywhere for us?
You will be able to get it online. My release day is May 3rd.
May 3rd? So
Yes.
that's next Friday.
Yes.
Well, that's
Come
tomorrow.
Come see me at the embassy, yeah.
Oh, the embassy.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a wicked spot.
Yeah.
You're having your party there?
Well, that's where I'm going to celebrate my single
I
release.
love
And my harmony singer, Robin Durfee, is coming in from out of town. She's beautiful. If you don't want to come see me, come check her out. She is incredible. And we're going to be singing songs for you from 5 to 8. I'm so excited.
Oh my God, so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you so
We're
much.
there to see you, girl.
Thank you.
And your friend too.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, we want you to check her out, Beauty in the Darkness. Dana Reid, the one and only. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog. We just hung out with Dana, learned so much, love her so much, and now here is the song we were talking about. This is Beauty in the Darkness.
Saw you could tie for you yesterday. Seen you about another when you finally play. Why wouldn't you play and sing for me? I really don't think it's too much this. Keep on moving forward, leave the past in the past. Stone cold hard truth finally set me free. Holding on to nothing is the worst thing you could do. That perfectly explains me and you. I don't need your love, I don't need nothing anymore. There's beauty in the darkness, that's for sure. There's beauty in the darkness, felt this way before. Na 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 na. Not really sure how I'm gonna feel. Leave this house forever is a big damn deal. I don't mind leaving or even being alone. After 19 years living in this town, when I have to move, I put my feet on the ground. Until then, I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Holding on to nothing is the worst thing you can do. That perfectly explains me and you. I don't need your love, I don't need nothing anymore. There's beauty in the darkness, that's for sure. There's beauty in the darkness, felt this way before. Na 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 na. You have to go through a certain kind of darkness, have this kind of light. Oh, 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 it's worth the fight. Na 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 na.
Welcome back, everybody, to Out of the Fog. He's back again. Another year, another wicked hang. The one and only Kevin Fisher. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, sir. How are you? Thanks for letting me hang out with you again.
Thanks for being my friend here in life and hanging out with me. And I usually, sometimes, about every 10th interview when I'm meeting someone and I say hello, I have a little moment where I'm going to lean in and I'm like, no, wait, we don't do that. But why don't we do that?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
It's good seeing you again.
You do. So listen, I want to talk about the success of last year's conference. But first, I'll ask you to give the viewers at home more of a picture about the organization and the important work that you do.
Sure, absolutely. So we've been around a long time. This is our 67th annual conference. So NLOHSA actually started in 1956. And the very first conference actually was June 11th and 12th, 1956 at the old Newfoundland Hotel in downtown, which is obviously it's not there anymore.
True.
But we've been around a very long time. The board is run by a group of it's a nonprofit organization,
Right.
and we're all volunteers.
Sure.
So we put in a lot of work, but it's the benefit that comes from doing this type of work and volunteering. We're all health and safety professionals on the board, and we just want to continue the legacy. I didn't build it over the last 67 years, that's for sure. But we've had a lot of people come through the board. And the board that I sit on right now, everybody is very grateful for what the past boards have done for us. So they've laid a great foundation for us.
Man, that's so gracious of you to say. And as someone who I feel very proud of the contributions I've made to boards and committees over the years, and I think you would agree that if anyone is looking for connection and to really tap into the real passion happening in our province, it is around the volunteer boardroom tables of member-serving organizations.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And I would say that's because it's the people who are committed to change and evolution and passion and working together and making good stuff happen that they're going to show up at a boardroom table on a Sunday evening or a Wednesday night at 7 to 9.
That's right.
And a lot of people aren't down for that challenge, you know?
Absolutely. Well, it's not always Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. That's for sure.
True.
No.
It's true. But I will say that the greatest gift in you know, my work in membership and associations is the volunteerism.
Yes.
And so what you've said is so great, because how many amazing people have given so much of their time to help NLOHSA do what it has been doing for as many years as it's been doing.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's incredible.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Talk about the board that you got around you and who's making what happen. Let's give them some shout outs.
NLOHSA is not just specific to one sector. So we are for all the sectors throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. And on our board, we try to have a very diverse group with throughout all the different sectors. And that's what we've been able to accomplish over the years. Another thing that we've always tried to do as well is to make sure that we have geographically, we have all Newfoundland and Labrador encompassed, and we have a number of us that live here in St. John's. We've got a representative in Central, one out on the West Coast, and then also up in Lab City as well.
Right.
So with that, we can touch a lot of different sectors. Right. And our goal, our mandate, is to increase the awareness for health and safety in Newfoundland and Labrador. And that's extremely important.
Yeah.
I believe it is anyway. And the work that all of us do, and we're all very committed to what we're doing. It takes a lot of work to pull off a conference, which we're going to have in a few weeks.
Right.
But we've got a great group. We've got the changing of the guard. Our president, John Curran, is stepping down. He's retiring.
Right.
So we will have a new president now in a few weeks.
Right.
But that just gives an opportunity for more and new people to come onto the board.
Absolutely.
So we will be looking for some specific skill sets, but we will be announcing it at our conference that we'll be accepting resumes for new people. So,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you bring up another good point again. Like, you know, we're talking about health and safety, but we're also talking about board composition and regional representation. And how important that is when you are a provincial-based organization.
Absolutely.
And so I applaud that, because sometimes we see a lot of Avalon East heavy organizations that serve the province, and it's a missed opportunity to have folks from the actual 5 regions of our province present in provincial organizations like yours.
It is.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it takes money to do that, and we're a nonprofit. You know, to help with technology now, obviously with Teams and Zoom, it's much easier. But when you're a nonprofit organization, you really need to be, you really need to know exactly what you want to accomplish and how you can accomplish that. Right. And again, 67 years, there's been a fantastic foundation built for us, the 11 members that are on the board right now. And again, I can't stress to all of the past directors and presidents what they've accomplished over the years is something that we really strive to make sure that we can continue it for the next generation as well. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, advocacy and lobbying to make sure that the agenda and priority of increasing all of the values that you come together with the board to represent is really what it's all about at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So I'll ask you, looking back to when you first entered the orbit of the association and the state and place of health and safety and where it is today, are you proud of the evolution of how important and mainstay and front row that subject has become in the workplace and beyond?
Yeah, no, great question, Don. And I've been on the board now, this is my 15th year on the board, my 3rd year as executive director. But in those 15 years, I have seen a huge change. we're not where we need to be right now in Newfoundland and Labrador, but there's been a huge change. There has been a lot of success stories as well. But if you look at the stats from Workplace NL, who provide great stats in health and safety for us on an annual basis, we still need to move the bar. We're not where we need to be. One of the negatives, I think, I'm still seeing that a lot of people, we're still working in our own silos. And I think it would be fantastic if a lot of us could break down those silos and try to work together on it. And I'm leading into the point that that's the platform that we have for NLOHSA. Our conference is coming up now in a couple of weeks. And we're a nonprofit and we're all volunteers. We just want to be able to provide a platform where if you've got a story to tell, or if you've got a new procedure or a new program that you're excited about and you're starting to see the results, or maybe you're not seeing the results, but you want to share it, by all means reach out and give us a call, because we'd love for you to come to our conference. This year, like I said, we're growing from last year. You gave us the opportunity to come and voice it here last year. And I'm happy to say that we've grown almost 35%.
That's amazing.
So far, and we still got a couple more weeks to go, so we're doing very well. But it's an opportunity we need to build a culture of safety in our communities here. And the best way to do that, I'll use the old term, how do you eat an elephant? And it's an old,
one bite at a time,
right, one step at a time.
That's right,
so if you can come to the conference and if you take one thing out of there and bring it back to your organization, then that's a win.
Of course.
And that's the only thing that we're looking for. So.
Well, what I'm hearing from you is that, and we know this, but to have the opportunity via having someone like yourself grace us here to talk about the importance of centralizing the impact of safety in the workplace and to look at where things were and where things are now, it is impressive. But I suppose when you say there's more work to be done, you speak about us compared to other provinces in the country. What's your qualifier there?
Well, the qualifier really is there are stats for other provinces in Canada, but really it goes by sector. That's what we look at. And again, Workplace NL does a fantastic job of keeping statistics for that.
That's right.
And we want to make sure that all of our employers are, if you do have an incident or even a near miss, make sure that you record that, because that's how we know that we're moving the bar. If our workers are not telling us that we're having injuries, then you know what, we're missing potential hazards where somebody else could get harmed as well.
So right.
Yeah, and you know what, I think that we're doing a really good job with that, but I still think that we need to get together more. We need to have, like I said, that community culture of health and safety. And it goes through networking sessions, and it goes through coming and listening to some of the topics that we have. We got a great lineup this year.
I'm getting that. I want to know, because in our final few minutes of hanging, I really want to know what is going on and what you guys are excited for all the attendees at this upcoming AGM and event. So tell me more.
Absolutely, yeah. So typically in the past, historically, we've always concentrated on health and safety topics. Almost all of these are health and safety topics, but health and safety has changed, and it is changing constantly. It's not a manual that you take off the shelf. It is changing on a daily basis. Psychological health and safety is huge. It has been for the last number of years, but we're only scratching the surface. This is something that's going to be with us for a very long time, and I'm happy to say that we brought someone in from the Mental Health Institute in Ontario that actually is going to be giving a fantastic presentation on that on Thursday morning.
That's amazing.
But some of the things that you wouldn't consider health and safety, we've got, and I don't want to exclude anybody, but just a couple of highlights. We have a company coming in and talking about drones with us, and how drones can be part of your safety management system.
Yeah, of course.
And then on Friday morning, we are going to have a conversation on AI.
Ooh, beam me up.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody's talking about it right now, so I'm very curious to see how AI is going to fit in the world of health and safety. But we've got a great speaker coming in to talk about that.
Awesome.
We've got a lot of other different things as well. We've got a great impact speaker from Kruger out on the West Coast is going to come in and tell us his story.
Right.
Some other things. One thing that I'm really interested to hear about, the dynamics. Our culture has changed so much with the different demographics of people. You've got people that are 19 years old that are working with people that are 70 years old, right? And we have a lot of immigrants now.
Yes.
How do we all communicate together? Like, how do you do a safety orientation? How do you communicate on the job? We've got someone coming in from the CCOHS who's going to do a fantastic presentation on that. So a lot of different ideas. We're very excited about it. We do have our agenda up on our website, and we're generating a lot of positive energy from it. So
well, I'd love to hear it. And
good.
in our final moment, where can folks go to this website to learn more about what's upcoming?
Absolutely. So you can go to www.NLOHSA.ca. Click on our conference link, and you can go in there and you can see all of our speakers, their bios, all of our sessions with our agenda. You can also see all of our sponsors as well. We can't do this without our sponsors.
True that.
We're a nonprofit. Last year we had about 9 platinum sponsors. This year right now we have 13. So we're growing. There's a lot of organizations out there that are very safety minded. And we're glad that we're partnering with them this year.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm happy about is that you're making it all happen, and I think that we need to wheel you into a whole bunch of associations to do what you seem to be doing with your amazing board for NLOHSA. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Will you come back and hang out with us again?
Absolutely.
I love it. Thanks so much,
100%.
Kevin.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, you want to check it out. Check out the website as you see it, and you want to be finding out about this exciting conference, the important work that they do, and to meet all the board. And thank you, anyone watching this show who's working hard to make health and safety happen here in the province. We appreciate you. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, that was it. Thank you so much to Dana for coming by and having a laugh and playing that beautiful song, Beauty in the Darkness. Can't wait to have her back. She's coming for the crumbs, I'll tell you. And also, Kevin Fisher, thank you so much for the hard work you and the board do at NLOHSA to increase health and safety responsibility and a culture of that across the province. The big AGM's coming up in a few weeks, and you all need to go. Check out their website for more. Thank you so much to the staff and all the volunteers that help make this show go down smooth every week. And we'll see you next time.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
Engine 51, Ammo 61, structure fire.
Wednesdays on City TV. Watch 3 back-to-back episodes of the hit franchise with